reading. So please, everyone, give Sarah a huge round of applause.
So I was asked to pen something for this evening by Mike Foster, and I thought, fuck, okay. So I'm sitting at home trying to write on the computer, and there's just nothing, you know. So I came to the space last night to write something, and this is basically what happened. A girl sits stage centre with a task. Write something. Something, she thought. In order to write something for the theatre, she would have to contemplate everything. And when she remembered everything, the very possibility of writing something became more and more unlikely. This something would have to encapsulate a lifetime, hundreds of lives, thousands of characters, a million stories, and an infinite amount of ideas and questions. Not to mention the bathloads of alcohol that make way for more tales of madness and debauchery. As the girl sits bewildered, she realises that this something is even living within the floor. Each mark, each rise of paint whispers a tale. She scratches at the ground, and surely the colours reappear: white to red to grey to green to sand. She continues to scratch, and with each scratch follows a distinct shudder. She continues, and it shakes again, almost like a giggle. Did she just make the ground laugh? Something was starting to happen. A black box slides across the floor, slowly at first, picking up speed as it goes. A strange figure moves from the stairs, shaking the banister ominously as they descend. A band is suddenly bathed in a bright spotlight upstage centre and begins to rock like they've never rocked before. The fight can be heard backstage in an eruption of passions and frustrations. A liaison ensues in the darkness of the wings. A tight embrace and secret kisses are stolen, all to the soundtrack of line runs and strange sentences featuring many men, naughty nuns, lips, teeth and tips of tongues. Still sitting stage centre, the girl responds somewhat anticlimactically, thank you, yelling over the band. She realises that these ghosts' attempts at sparking artistic inspiration, and yet pen still has not touched paper. That's it, she hears. The door from the tech booth crashes open, flooding the room with costumes rushing around like a tornado through the space. Masks follow, hovering over the chairs like people with invisible bodies. Pyramid lanterns saunter out, positioning themselves on the roof, lit by an unseen hand. And then the paint cans. Every single one bounces through the door, and finally, catapulting himself into the space, wielding the largest tin, the poltergeist makes his presence known. Face to face with the girl, holding himself like a monkey off the pillar, the fiend grins and throws his last can of paint all over her. With a monstrous laugh, he crashes back the way he came, followed by the rest of the toys at equal speed. Dripping in yellow paint and completely overwhelmed with something, the girl still sits stage centre.
You guys are catching on. I've got a handwritten running order for the rest of the night. It says here, Pat Wise speaks.
She's spoken.
She's already had her say.
Yeah.
Mitcho speaks.
I've spoken.
I'd like to see it again.
Now, I actually set that up with Mitcho outside before I said, you've already had a bit to say, do you want to have something to say again? Be and make it nice and quick. He said, yeah, you're right. You just fucked me over. Hang on, before Mitcho speaks, I'll give him like 20 seconds to collect his thoughts, because after Mitcho speaks, we have the drunken uncle section. The drunken uncle section is where anyone can get up and speak before Foster speaks.
To a time limit.
And the end of the night, of course, is when Foster speaks. Now, if we let the drunken uncle section roll on and on and on, we'll be here till fuck knows when. Right? So the drunken uncle section is officially limited to 30 seconds. 30 seconds. If you can't say it in 30 seconds, say it outside when we're on the piss. Now, after mid-show, we'll have the drunken uncles. Then we'll have the Foss, and then we've got a video to close the show. Here's Mitcho.
And then shoebox.
Mitcho! So I fall outside the drunken uncle rule.
You are the drunken uncle.
Grandpa.
I guess the only thing I could really say after meandering on ages ago, a bunch of random stuff.
Have you got any more?
I do have lots more stuff, and I've got to say, like, where I'm at the moment, as a person who's in the other side teaching students at James Cook University after being teaching on the other side of the fence over in England.
You took the stage for a while.
You'll get your payback in a minute. It's really hard to motivate students. It's really hard to motivate people. And what I've, always thought was the most special part about what we do here is the motivation that's within the students and within the community that is the theatre department. And I'd like to say that is the Bachelor of Creative Arts, as it was and as it will fucking be. So the only thing I can say now is that I kind of face an uphill battle with the people that I deal with on a daily basis, and that is the students of 2008, trying to kind of motivate them in the way that Mike and Pat and Nigel and Peter and a whole bunch of other people have managed to do so well and so in such an amazing fashion. And you all owe those people a great debt of gratitude.
And you.
And you should look beyond this place as being another venue for you to carry on that type of work. And I think that's really fucking important, because there are people on this planet who either do things for other people or they do things for themselves. And I think what's happened here is that people have understood the value of doing things for other people. And that's what we're fucking about. And you should never, ever, ever forget that.
Yeah!